My name is Alfie. Wright. I am the director of London Esports. I am responsible for pretty much everything that goes on within the organisation, and I try my best to make sure everything is going on track.
Yes, well, it's great to have you here, Alfie. My first question straight up. In your social media, you're everywhere as Alfie. Why not, some
Yeah.
sort of a tricky username that's hard to pronounce or anything like that? Why just original Alfie?
I don't know, to be fair. I think it's just I've never really been fond of usernames, or I've never really had one that's stuck with me. I guess I've had usernames before. I think if I can remember, my old one back in the day was something like left, right, up, down. But I never really like it isn't the most creative. I didn't really. Yeah, I've never really cared about the sort of how my name looks, or even it goes to the extent of like items in games. Like I play Counter Strike a lot and such. Like it doesn't bother me about like the skins I have, or like I'm quite a simplistic man. So I think rolling around with my name is my name
Yeah,
is probably is on brand for me.
yeah. You get things done with just the basics,
Exactly.
just the
It's
name.
just
Just
my name.
yeah,
It's just
yeah.
my name. It's easy
Exactly.
to remember as well. Anyone asks,
Yeah,
in a meeting, if someone goes, what's your use, I'd have to go, 620 no scope.
yeah, exactly.
I'll say selfie.
It's one of the things that I keep telling to any sort of students or any people who want to go into pro and things like that. It's just like, if you're gonna change your username, change it now and have a decent one that people can pronounce, and it's pronounceable on streams and things like that.
Definitely, yeah. I've obviously had a lot of people in the past where it's just like the usernames are a bit.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think it's all about branding nowadays. Is how we've evolved
Absolutely.
into the esports scene. So yeah, it's literally just I'm not creative enough to get a good one. I guess it's
Yeah.
probably the actual answer.
Yeah, same for me. So my username initially was so right now it's just Jiggy, but before that it used to be Jiggy Jiggy, and I just like had to drop the second Jiggy because it just was just a bit too much now. Right, so let's go into the question. So can you tell us how did you start London Esports?
Yeah. So London Esports started back in 2017. So towards the end of October 2017. The point of it at the time was it was kind of a fun thing to do between me and a friend. It started in Dota. We played Dota quite a bit growing up, and the whole point was we tried to compete at a highish level in Dota, semi-professional, but we wasn't good enough to ever go the next step. So the point was, why not, get other people to do it for us? And it really did kind of start as just like, maybe this could be something in the future, but it's kind of just let's try and get a team of 5 and manage them to try and have a better team. And it kind of snowballed from there. And my friend at the time, he uh, dropped off around early 2018 time. And from there, I've sort of taken over on my own, worked with Billy, who's another close friend of mine, and such in the terms. And it just escalated, and we got started getting followers, we started getting better teams, and then we decided that this is really fun, this is what we want to do. So decided to start backing it, putting more time and more investment into it, and I guess that's where we are today. And it's been for being around close to 3 years now, it's gone really quick, and yeah, it's really really exciting, to be fair.
Yeah, it's good to hear the sort of the origin story of just two friends sort of starting something together, because I know a lot of people have the same ideas, like, oh, it would be great to start an org or something like that, but it always just sort of stays as a beautiful idea and nothing more.
Yeah.
People actually taking the steps towards doing it. So you mentioned you sort of everything started with Dota 2. What teams does London Esports have right now, and where are you looking to expand in the future?
So right now we operate teams in League of Legends. We operate a team in Counter Strike and Smash Ultimate. Our background is Counter Strike, I would say. So we kind of made our name in Counter Strike in the last year and a bit, or the last couple of years, and I think that's what most of the people would tie us to, is Counter Strike. And we recently started getting back into League of Legends, and we're hoping to really put a stamp onto League of Legends. And then with Smash is another area that we care quite deeply about. It's a community that doesn't get, I think, personally enough respect or enough attention to it. I think it's a massive community. It's a really good community, and there needs to be more organisations investing into it. I think we are the number 1 UK team in Smash Ultimate at the moment with the competitors we got. We've got players in the top 20 of Europe, for example. So it's a very good time to be in Smash Ultimate. So if anyone is watching this has an organisation, I really highly recommend that you get involved in it. What we're looking to expand to, me personally, one of the games I really, really like that I hope that we can expand to in the near future is Rocket League. It's a game that I play quite religiously at the moment, and it's a game that we've been involved in before. We've been to DreamHack We've beaten teams like Envy in there, and battled with the big boys before, but we've never had a consistent team over a season. So hopefully over the next 12 months we can finally get involved in the Rocket League scene.
Sounds great. So the name London Esports, why specifically London Esports? And I mean, I have my ideas and my guesses, but what's the story behind London Esports?
Yeah, I get asked this question quite a bit, and unfortunately it's not as an exciting story as it probably should be. I'm from London, so when it came to thinking of a name, we was really thinking of down the line. So how can we brand ourselves? I think that esports at the moment hasn't really had too much. In football is something obviously I watch quite a lot. But in football, you have the names of the places you're from. So you have your Chelsea, you have your Arsenal, you have your West Hams and such. What we wanted to do was we wanted to kind of breathe that in there and be a staple point for London. Have that team that people from all around the world can say, London Esports. And hopefully we can have a good derby with some of the other London teams around in the near future, and we can start putting a better storyline on for those involved in the UK, definitely.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. So would you say having the London as a sort of the center of the team, the community feel, and like all the different boroughs and things like that is an essential part of the organization?
Definitely, yeah. We want to become like I said, the vocal point for London for the esports scene. We want everything to we want to be the go-to team. If you're thinking of London and you're thinking of esports, there's obviously a good fair few teams who are bigger than us right now who originate from the London area. But our goal for the future is definitely to be competing with them, and again I think it's healthy derby fun. Something that a storyline that we can write together, and as long as it's not too overly competitive, something that I think the community can get behind as well.
Yeah, it would be amazing if the derby became like Dota 2 international finals or something like that. It's just London teams in the top
exactly.
4 or something like
that.
Imagine,
yeah. So maybe an LC we can have an XL derby or so. The London derby, we can write some scripts.
Oh, absolutely. So, what would you say are the sort of the goals and missions of the London Esports, and what's the sort of 5-year plan? Where do you see London Esports going?
Yeah, the goal I think for every esports organisation, not just us, is obviously to be recognised on a global scale. We want to continue growing the way we're growing in our growth. We want to really take our community with us. We want to grow a community. I think that is more important to me than the number of followers we have. Is the engaged community we have, and I think we're in a position now where we have a very strong community, thankfully, and some of the initiatives that we're trying to do will hopefully improve that. But yeah, we want to be recognised on a global scale. We want to be competing at the highest level, and just giving, like I said, just giving games and content away, and just having fun, which is a bit of a cliche to say, but yeah.
I think every org needs to have that element of still having fun, because it's an essential part of esports in a way, and you can't lose the basic things, I believe. So if someone wants to look more into London Esports, or let's say join the team as a professional player, what's the best way of doing something like that?
There's a few different ways. So how we normally scout talent is, most of the time it would be myself or someone else, a manager or such, would go out and find the players that are, or the teams that are competing at a high level already. And a lot of what we have done is get the players or the teams that are already competing at a high level. It's kind of rare that we have really completely trusted, someone who isn't competing at a high level yet to thing. And that kind of goes back to our stem of we're sort of here to win, and we want to do the best we can. But we do get a lot of messages on a daily basis through Twitter DMs and through emails of people asking if they can join, and we definitely do see, although we're not able to reply to each one, unfortunately, because we get so many, we definitely see them. And if it's something that catches our eye, there's definitely been times before where we've definitely had conversations with players, and saying that don't spam our DMs, please. But no, I think it's just competing in the game style that you're competing in currently, working with a team, and just making sure that you're doing the best for you at the moment, and not just us, but any esports organization will get involved at some point when you're really driving your own team, your own progress. You don't need to join an esports organization to be successful. you can do it on your own, and then you need to get the esports organization will be involved with you, and it's their honor to be working with a player who or a team that is competing at a high level. So you just got to make sure that you're not just trying to get into an esports org just because you think that's the epitome of success. The epitome of success is winning.
Yeah, you always want to reach the point where you're so good that it's the esports orgs fighting over you, and not you trying to get into any org.
Yeah, I think if you're struggling to get into an esports organization that people are not trying to snap you up, then it might be a chance to sort of take a step back, look at why that is. Why do you think that is? Is it your brand is not very good? Or, it's sometimes not great if you have free Twitter followers because you don't use social media. That all that now plays a part in who esports organizations pick up. So just compete for yourself, and we will find you if you're at the top of your game.
Yeah, absolutely. So the very last question, is there anything else you'd like to say to anyone sort of interested in learning more about London esports? Is it, social media links, Twitter, Twitch links, anything like that, or any other information you'd like them to know?
Yeah, obviously keep up to date with our social medias all the time. We've got a lot of exciting things coming up, especially over the next few weeks as the new season starts in League of Legends. We're hoping to really, like I said, put our stamp on this season, and we're really excited to show you what we've been working on over the last off season, and hopefully with this we can build. Hopefully you join us, I guess, as a fan of the team and as the organisation, and we can work on a lot of things together and have some fun over the next few months of the split.
Amazing. Well, thank you for all the answers. Thank you for joining me today. And I'm sure we'll do quite a lot more of these conversations, looking at all the teams and all the players. And yeah, once again, thank you for joining.
Thank you.